इसीलिए तुम लोग एग्जाम में फेल। मैम आप म्यूट हैं। मैम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
आई एम सो सॉरी, मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही। आई एम स्टार्टिंग अगेन, आई एम सो सॉरी। नमस्कार साथियों, शासकीय गीतांजलि कन्या स्नातकोत्तर स्वशासी महाविद्यालय एवं संजीव अग्रवाल ग्लोबल एजुकेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी भोपाल के संयुक्त तत्वावधान में आयोजित नेशनल फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम ट्रांसलेशनल रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन, a pathway to societal impact with special reference to NEP 2020 के द्वितीय सत्र में एक बार फिर आप सभी का स्वागत है। कल दिनांक 18 अगस्त को प्रथम द्वारा प्रस्तुत ज्ञानवर्धक उद्बोधन एवं प्रेजेंटेशन का हम सभी ने लाभ लिया था। इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च कोलैबोरेशन and initiatives under NEP 2020. मुझे विश्वास है आप सभी ने इस विषय पर आज पूर्वाह्न में अपने अपने संस्थानों पर विचार विमर्श किया होगा। प्रोफेसर मिश्रा हमारे बीच आज पुनः उपस्थित हैं। यदि आप लोगों के कोई सवाल या जिज्ञासा हो तो मंच आपके लिए खुला हुआ है। प्रोफेसर मिश्रा आपकी जिज्ञासाओं के समाधान के लिए उपस्थित हैं। मैं एक बार पुनः बताऊंगी आपको, समस्त सत्र YouTube पर लाइव प्रसारित हो रहे हैं, साथ ही उनकी रिकॉर्डिंग भी उसी लिंक पर। आपका कोई प्रश्न है तो तत्काल बताएं। सर आप पिन कर लें अपनी स्क्रीन को।
डॉक्टर सुकृति सराफ इनके हैं, हैंड रेजर
सर मिश्रा सर, प्रोफेसर मिश्रा।
हाँ जी मैडम, प्लीज आ गया मैं।
हाँ,
सभी को
आप
नमस्कार।
अपनी जी आप अपनी वो वीडियो ओपन कर लें और सर पिन कर लें अपनी स्क्रीन को।
जी जी।
आप अपनी
सुकृति सर नहीं है, सुकृति।
जी सर। हाँ, प्रोफेसर मिश्रा हमारे बीच है। कोई यदि सवाल हो आपके प्लीज। डॉक्टर सुकृति
नमस्कार।
जी, डॉक्टर सुकृति सराफ, आपका हैंड रेज है मैडम। आपके कोई प्रश्न हो तो सर आपके बीच उपस्थित है। आज सर बहुत व्यस्त है, उनकी अगली मीटिंग भी है। तो ठीक है सर, मुझे लगता है कि अभी लोग अपना अध्ययन मनन कर रहे हैं, तो हम अब अपना सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हम अपना अगला सत्र प्रारंभ कर लेते हैं। नमस्कार सर।
जी नमस्कार मैडम, थैंक यू मैडम।
अब हमारा अगला तकनीकी सत्र प्रारंभ हो रहा है। हमारे बीच रिसोर्स पर्सन हैं डॉक्टर शर्मिला पांडे, प्रोफेसर सेज यूनिवर्सिटी भोपाल। आपका विषय है रिसर्च पेपर राइटिंग एंड पब्लिकेशन स्किल। मैं मैडम आपको उद्बोधन के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूँ। डॉक्टर शर्मिला पांडे।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me for this talk. I'm really honored for this. And I can share my slides now?
Yes, yes.
उधर से है ये।
So my slides are visible?
Yes, madam. Just put them on slideshow.
Okay.
ये भी स्लाइड शो नहीं हुआ है।
I think it will be like this.
स्लाइड शो पे नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ वो तो
आएगा मैम।
इधर से भी
वो तो मैडम आप ही करेंगी ना स्लाइड शो।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, मैं ही करूँगी मैम, हो जाएगा। Is it visible?
It's visible, but the slides are smaller. So if it's on slideshow, it will be better for us.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, but I don't know. It's trying from here. It is not.
Ma'am, there is an option on the bar upstairs only saying slideshow.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. There, but I am.
हाँ ये लिखा है, ऊपर लिखा है मैडम, होम के बाद देखिए ऊपर, हाँ स्लाइड शो लिखा हुआ है, एफडीपी के ठीक नीचे देखिए ऊपर ब्राउन स्लाइड शो लिखा है।
हाँ, यहाँ से तो नहीं हो रहा है ये स्लाइड शो, मैं यहाँ से करती हूँ।
हाँ 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 करिए।
आ रहा है वो
फ्रॉम बिगिनिंग के
हाँ फ्रॉम बिगनिंग फर्स्ट वाले में करिए, ये हाँ फर्स्ट में
यही
जाइए।
मेरा फर्स्ट स्लाइड है, हो गया ना?
नहीं अभी भी नहीं हुआ।
हो नहीं रहा है।
स्लाइड शो में ही किया मैंने, बट
आप स्लाइड शो करके और नीचे जो 3 डॉट बने उस पे जाओगे तो प्रेजेंटेड स्क्रीन करके आएगा।
अच्छा स्लाइड शो पहले कर लीजिए अपने सिस्टम पे।
कर लिया मैम, मैंने कर लिया स्लाइड शो।
नहीं मैडम एक मिनट, आप पहले स्लाइड शो पे डाल लीजिए अपनी स्क्रीन को, फिर स्क्रीन प्रेजेंट करिए।
स्लाइड शो में ही डाला हुआ है मैम, बट क्यों नहीं आ रहा है?
आपने अभी अपनी स्क्रीन को पहले ही आपने वो प्रेजेंट स्क्रीन कर दिया है ना, तो स्क्रीन को हटा के स्लाइड शो पे डाल लीजिए, उसके बाद उसको शेयर करिए। स्क्रीन हटा दीजिए मैडम एंड।
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके। स्टॉप करना होगा पहले
जी। अब आप अपनी स्क्रीन को पहले स्लाइड शो पे कर दीजिए।
सेम ही आ रहा है।
एक आपके वहाँ पे वो बना होगा एरो टाइप, वहाँ शेयर स्क्रीन करके होगा, और जो माइक है और वीडियोस के बाद का जो ऑप्शन है शेयर
सर
स्क्रीन।
स्लाइड शो किया हुआ है मेरे यहाँ पर लैपटॉप में, स्लाइड शो पे आ रहा है, मगर जहाँ वो विंडो है गूगल मीट में वहाँ पर छोटा स्क्रीन ही आ रहा है। दैट आई एम नॉट बीन एबल टू।
Anyway, you start. I think you start. Just if you have any technical team, please you can discuss. Otherwise, just continue.
ये जो ऑप्शन है ना मैंने नीचे ये वाला,
वो वहीं से किया है,
वहीं से तो कर लिया।
कहाँ से करा?
नीचे से ही।
वहाँ से दिख रहा तो गया।
नहीं ये तो
नहीं लगता ये तो आप गया।
पर आपका क्या हो गया?
पता नहीं हुआ तो नहीं।
आपकी स्क्रीन आ गई, प्रेजेंट हो गई।
कोई बात।
I don't know why it is not showing here. Although I am doing the slideshow, but from beginning, but it is coming like that, this only. So shall I start now?
Yes, madam. Please start.
Okay, so otherwise my slides I have written not in a clumsy way, so it will be visible to all. So thank you for today's, again, this inviting me for this talk. And just a minute. So my today is the second day, and my topic for today's FDP is research paper writing and publication skills. So I'm Dr. Sharmila Pandey. I'm professor in chemistry in Sanjeev Agarwal Global Educational University, Bhopal. So I have been in Gitanjali College previously also for some training program, chemistry laboratory training. So I know Shipra ma'am and the college also, I liked it very much. So today, again, getting this opportunity, I'm feeling good. So I'm starting now. So research paper writing, as it is the topic of my talk. So the first thing which comes to us is why research paper writing? Why at all we have to write research papers? What are the importance of research papers? So there are many points on which we can discuss. The first thing is for our professional growth and for the whole world to know. So role in academic and professional growth. These research papers enhance critical thinking, establish expertise, and contribute to knowledge advancement. That means as we read other research papers also, so we get to know the main details about the research what are happening throughout the world, and in that process if we are doing some research, so it is our responsibility also to let other people know, let the world know what we are doing, what are our thought process on that particular topic, which playing a crucial role in academic recognition and career development across professional fields. So career development is a very, that is also important because whoever we are researchers, we have to see our career advancement also, because as you will be establish yourself as a researcher only after publishing research paper. Contribution to knowledge advancement, here we are saying research papers systematically document original findings. As we all know, whatever research we are doing, systematically presenting those work, we do this in research papers. We also do present our works in conferences, wherever we attend, wherever we go, in many conferences, we present our research findings, but it is not possible to present all your findings in conferences. Maybe in a year we attend 1 or 2 or maximum 3, 4, 5 conferences, but our findings might be more than that. Also, conference, the whole few selected people are attending the conferences, but when we publish a research paper, our findings, our knowledge, whatever our argument, our expertise, everything goes to the whole world, whoever are interested in our fields. So this research paper systematically document original findings, enabling knowledge sharing, fostering innovation, and driving advancements across disciplines by building on existing research and inspiring further studies. It is obvious that whenever we study a research paper, if we see that we can advance those research more, we take those problems, research problems also, that this can be further researched, re-researched. So building research credibility, publishing research papers establish a scholar's expertise, enhances academic reputation, and fosters trust among peers, contributing significantly to building long-term research credibility. It means whenever I know you all are faculty, you have published papers also, we all are publishing papers. So we know that when we submit papers, our manuscript in paper format, mainly most of the good papers, there are 3 to 4 reviewers who are reviewing our papers. After reviewing, they put their comments, they give their comments to us. If we are unable to write the paper properly, maybe the data, whatever we have, that is an excellent data, excellent research findings we have got. But still, if we are not able to write the paper properly, that paper might be rejected. So the clarity and everything, what else we need to publish our papers, like writing is the first step. After that, we have to submit, there will be peer review process, there will be some revision. If the reviewers are generally the peers in the same field. So if they find that the work is good, but some other experiments or other data are required to fulfill or establish whatever we are demanding. So they will suggest us that you do these experiments, or you find this data or something else, so that you're claiming, whatever you are claiming, that is establishing itself more clearly. So there are generally three things happen when we submit a paper and it goes to reviewer. First, they can accept it as it is, which is a rare case. Maybe 1 or 2% paper these days reviewers accept as it is. Second is revision. They will give you revision. It might be minor revision or major revision. And the third one is rejection. So if the data is not good and the research findings are not very strong, reviewers can reject the paper. There you have nothing to do with writing. You have to do more experiments. You have to gather more data for establishing your claiming and everything. But many a times papers get rejected if the papers are not written properly. So this is a case mostly in non-English speaking country and many English speaking country also, because this is an art. Research paper writing is basically an art which should be done very carefully. So we learn writing research papers from when we are during the days of pursuing PhD. So during PhD, our research guide help us. After that, we have to hone that art so that we can independently write a manuscript which have the maximum chances of acceptance. So what are those? What are those skills? So structure of a research paper. First, I am discussing this. Title and abstract. If you Google, you can see that most of the times, if you open a paper, the papers are seen by the title. So you know how important the title should be. In the title, everything should be clearly said. What is the topic, what findings. Title generally is not a very long like paragraph like thing. It should be concise and informative. Means it has to say what the paper will show, what the paper has, the information about the findings, capturing the main topic. What is the topic? That should be very clearly understood from the title. Abstract provides a brief summary of objectives, methods, results, and conclusions to quickly inform readers. So most of the people after title, they will just look at the abstract. If they find it is something good, something worthy to invest time for reading this paper, they will do that. Otherwise, if the abstract is not very big or not clearly stating the findings also, it is not that whatever you have done, you just keep those things in the abstract. In the abstract, a bit of conclusion, there's a concluding remarks that these are, we have done this, but these are the conclusion from this paper. So main objectives of the papers, everything quickly the readers should be informed. So after title and abstract, we know that there will be introduction and literature review. So first part is title, then abstract, then introduction. Introduction, what we do, like my topic is not on how to research. So we all know that research has mainly basically the 3 steps. First step, we generally study whatever field we have interest, what are the research has been done, what research we can do, all the study thing. Then the writing part, we write proposal for funding. We submit proposals for many funding agencies. Third part is doing the research, practical work. After these 3 parts, this topic starts, that manuscript writing, how to write the manuscript, how to publish your manuscript in a very good journal. So title and abstract should be very concise and informative. Introduction and literature review. Next part comes introduction. Introduction outlines the research purpose and significance. So mainly in introduction part, we also include this literature review part. What are the work already been done in this topic, when, and you have to correlate your problem, whatever you have, your problem statement is, how it is related to those previous papers or previous works. So introduce the research problem clearly, explain the importance of relevance of the study, why you are doing this. The whatever studies used to happen 100 years back, we just don't do the similar research. Now research are advanced, right? So we have to state the objectives and the hypothesis that this should be done, should happen, and these are the objectives of this work. And provide the brief background for context. Why you are doing this? Background means why you are thinking that this is also important.
Excuse me, मैडम, आपकी स्लाइड्स बढ़ नहीं रही हैं आगे, प्लीज स्लाइड्स को
आगे नहीं बढ़ रही है?
नहीं, वो तो आपको ही करना पड़ेगा.
Oh. But from here, I don't know why it is not happening. Now it is second one?
Yes.
Okay. So I was in the third one. Now it is visible, right? Can you see my third slide? Why research paper writing?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So this is, I was just here only. The importance of research paper I just discussed. Now I was in the next slide. Structure of a research paper. Now it is changing, right? Okay. So here, what I told already, title and abstract part are important. They should be concise and informative. Next one is introduction and literature review. Introduction part should be very clear. Your intention and your background for this research should be clearly stated there. You have to introduce the research problem clearly. Then we have to explain the importance and relevance of the study, objectives of the hypothesis, and provide the brief background of context. In literature review, what we do, it critically evaluates existing studies, means whatever studies have been done in that particular field, those things should be done already before you are writing this paper, and you have to mention them also. You have to mention that these studies are done and identifying the gaps to justify the current research focus. So why you are now focused on this topic or this problem, you have to clearly state what is the gap. So gaps, summarize the existing knowledge in your field, identify the research gaps, critically analyze previous studies. So you have to write those parts. So you have this part you can do better if you read the paper. So in research, it is said that researcher must have the habit of reading. Every day you have to read. We have to read research papers. We generally read. Then only we can understand or we can know. In my field, what research are already done, what research are happening, what was previously done. So all those literature review from very previous years, maybe from a decade, during the last decade, what are happening, those discussion you have to do properly. At least 1 or 2 lines we have to write in that literature review part that these are already done. This is very good going on. But we thought that these particular topics are not very clearly or not very much explored. So we are exploring this part to develop this understanding on that part. So these things generally we do in the literature review part. Okay. So these are the main beginning of the writing. Next, generally we come to methodology, result, and discussion. So methodology, result, and discussion part. Methodology part is details the research design and data collection. Means what are the experiment, like we are experimental scientists. So in bio or chemistry or physics, we design some experiments to get to the conclusion or to get our results. Some other field research, they collect data. Whatever you do, so you have to design those research, and then you have to describe the experimental or analytical approach. You have to justify also the chosen methods. Maybe in the literature, 3-4 types of methods are reported. So you have to justify also why you are choosing this method to do your research, to identify your whatever problem you have taken. Those will be better established from this method. Ensure the reproducibility, which is a very important part of any research. If you have published some paper and you may be some other groups in the in whole world, any university, any country, they can try to do the same thing as you have done, then they can try to advance their research. But in the beginning, if like in chemistry, it happens that if I have reported the synthesis of a compound, and the other people, if they are trying and they are not getting, definitely they will question us that whatever process, whatever methodology you have published in your paper, those are not working. We are not getting the same thing. So maybe sometimes some mistakes happen. Sometimes students or we forget to mention something, like if my reaction is going on at 80 degrees centigrade, so I have to mention that clearly also. And before that, I have to at least do the same experiment for 3 to 4 times to ensure the reproducibility. In any experiments, reproducibility is very important, because if by serendipity or by some mistake also you have gotten something and that is not reproducible, you cannot publish those results. So that happens accidentally. First, you have to establish what is the main reason for this. Reproducibility is very, very important term in research paper writing. Then you have to mention also in methodology part the tools, the instruments, the software, or the data set used. Everything you have to mention clearly. Results, what results do? Results part, we do all discussion of, we show first that whatever we present our findings, and in discussion part, though the results, whatever we are reporting in that particular manuscript, we discuss all the results. We interpret the result. We explain their implication and links to the existing research. So in this methodology, so you have done, but results and discussion part again is important, because here you have to have your writing skill. That is the thing we have to hone when we are writing research paper. How you can correlate your result with your explanations. And then again, you have to link those results similarly as the other existing result. It is very few times, sometimes it happens that whatever we are getting, that is extremely new, completely new findings. Generally, whatever finding we get, we can correlate them with the existing research things. So those are the part you have to write very critically, results and discussion, because this is your own way of saying. Other things you can do whatever you are getting, methodology, whatever you are doing, but discussion is the part where you are sharing your knowledge, that we are establishing this fact from our research findings. So that is completely your own words, which you have to convince the world that whatever we are saying are actually happening. That truth, that influence, that yes, whatever we are doing, we are saying is exactly what is happening, and the correlation, that whatever the findings are saying, we are saying, getting this result from this is the main reasoning, actually, that logical reasoning. You have to do this in the discussion part. End of the paper, you have to do the conclusion. The conclusion part, again, you have to summarize the key findings. You have to state the contribution to knowledge, means why you are doing this. After this paper, what changes will happen? Why? If this is 100 things, 100 papers are there, and this is the 101, no one will will be keen to accept your paper for publication. So you have to convince the reviewers that if this paper is published and it is open for all the audience or all the researchers, this field will be opened to all. It will provide recommendation or future research directions that after this study, this field will be opened. People can do more research on that particular field to know the results. But again, the conclusion part should also be concise and impactful. When we read papers, we have seen conclusion part is maybe 1/10 of the whole paper or maybe even less. But that should have the impact. It has to be concise, where you will summarize your finding. You will you can show that some future research directions also. That also you have to show. Again, one more very important part of the writing manuscript is referencing. So references, we know the citation of our work and other things. So references list all the sources you consulted for your research. Like in our thing, if we do something in spectrophotometric study, so there if something we have read some findings in some book, in proper books, so we can do refer those books also for our referencing. If I am getting similar data, similar graphs, maybe from which is similar, we should be theoretically we have read in books, so we can in the reference portion we can include the books, articles, or even website, etc. This is also in reference portion. It is essential to follow a citation style. Like in different country, they publish different papers and they follow some particular rule. The American rules are different from the UK rules, England rules. So sometimes we write the title of the paper, then author, then volume, then year of publish, then page number. Some paper, they don't take the title, only the name of the journal, author's name. Author's name also, when we cite someone else's paper in the referencing part, sometimes, like my name is Sharmila Pandey, sometimes we write in some publication, publishers rule, S. Pandey. Somewhere they write P. Sharmila, Pandey, S. There are different types. So whatever journal, first we do before publishing, when your manuscript is almost ready, referencing is done more or less. Next step, what we do is journal finder. Now Wiley, Springer, we generally, if you copy paste those your abstract and title in the journal finder tools, they can provide you the name of few journals which will be appropriate for your publication, where the reach will be more, means more people will read your paper. So there, the journal finding tools, when you will get those, you will get the style also. What should be the style for your figures and captions? What should be the, sometimes it is FIG.1, sometimes it is wholly figure 1. Also the citation, like I said, the different rules, different types of citation, those are also mentioned in there, and you have to follow those rules also. Now, when the most of the technical things we have discussed, now what is the skill? Why some people's papers are accepted very quickly and some people struggles more and more to get it accepted in a good journal. So if you are paying money and publishing in some just so journal, that is different. If you want to publish in a index SCI journal or Scopus index journal, we have to be careful, because they are those journals, those publishers, they generally choose some very good peer reviewer who will review your paper. So you have to pass those steps. So the drafting it effectively, presenting the research results effectively, use clear visuals or concise text. Like in many experiments, physics, chemistry, biology, we generally give some graphs, whatever graph we are, whatever diagram we are using. If we are giving some molecular formula, the chem draw figures should be very clear. You have to organize the data logically, emphasize the trends, avoid overcrowding slides for maximum impact and audience understanding. This particular part is not for research paper. This is for the conference presentation, but the same is applicable to your writing part also. That overcrowding means too many things, lines after lines you are writing in your paper. That will also not, people will not read this. All these things people will not read. Even the reviewer will not be very happy to read all those overrated or over explanation. Okay. So academic writing standards you have to maintain. What is academic writing standards? They will demand clear, concise language, formal tone, and precise terminology. Consistent formatting and adherence to style guides ensure professionalism and enhance readability in research papers. So those are to increase the standard of your paper. That is what I told in the beginning also, that for these kind of publication, if you want to publish in good journals, your writing, you have to have some writing skill. Now from India, China, even Japan, Korea, most of the people, they also suffer from English writing. So those you have to take. So that is why what we do, many a times people do, if they have read something in some paper, they will just copy paste. Now what problem arises from copying and pasting? Plagiarism. So you have to ensure the originality of your paper. That means you have to write in your own language, and even somewhere if you are for idea, if you have taken idea for some other research group, you have to properly cite those sources. So for if you are getting some quote from some other papers or some discussion part, if you are borrowing some words or some sentences of some other papers, you have to clearly cite the sources. You have to paraphrase accurately. Means you cannot just copy and paste the same sentence. You have to think over, ponder over that sentence, and you have to rephrase the lines accurately. You after writing the paper, we just don't submit it directly these days, because many things are available in the internet for free of cost, or for colleges, institutions, we generally buy some software, plagiarism checking software also, right? So we have to check the plagiarism before submitting. Only below 10% or 5% plagiarisms are accepted, right, in the international journals. So plagiarism detection tools we have to wear. Once your paper is written, discard the reference part, because reference part is, if you give, it will be completely plagiarized, because we are getting some the references of authors from some papers. So those are generally, when doing plag check, we don't put the reference section. Otherwise the whole paper you can put on the, you can thoroughly go by the plagiarism checking software, from where you can know, okay, now you can submit. Otherwise, after submitting, if it is 50% plagiarized, it will be immediately can come back to you that it is plagiarized thing. So that is main. It is not that people are doing copying and pasting intentionally. Sometimes it is intentional plagiarism also. But sometimes unknowingly what we do, we think whenever writing that we will cite this paper at the end while doing the referencing. But many times we forget also, not intentionally. So you have to be very careful that you cannot omit any references, any citation. Whatever you are giving, your things should be cited properly. Okay, so those plagiarisms should be avoided. Using proper citation styles. Proper citation styles, I already told that it ensures credibility, avoid plagiarism, maintain consistency, and you have to follow specific guidelines. Like whenever you will, from journal finding tool, you will get some proper paper from Wiley. So you have to see from Wiley publishers, what are the style. Style means whether they write the author's name in how they are writing author's name, S. Pandey or Sharmila.p. When is the year? Year is bold, volume is italic. All those things you can know from the guidelines. Every publisher, if you open this page, we all know, we already do, I also do, we know. But just to discuss that, we have to see those specific guidelines for formatting the references, because references for every publisher, they have a format. All the references should be in that same format. In-text citations accurately and uniformly. So writing and reference management tools. These days, it is very, I will not say easy, but from compared to previous days, these days we are getting many assistants. Software for writing assistance. Writing assistance software like Grammarly. When we write, if you are writing in Word and you are signed in Grammarly, if your sentence is wrong grammatically, it will immediately show you. So my suggestion is, whenever we are writing manuscripts for publish in a good paper, we must use this Grammarly and Hemingway. It enhances the clarity, grammar and style, helping researchers produce polished manuscript efficiently while maintaining academic tone and readability. So these days, many things are happening. People are copying from ChatGPT, say paper publishing. But nowadays, there are also software which can detect whether you have used any AI. If you have not mentioned or acknowledged in your reference or citation that I have taken help from this tool, so it will be immediately caught, because people are just writing something or copying a paper and pasting it in ChatGPT that give me a polished version. They are getting a polished manuscript, which is same manuscript, but it is in little bit of different language. So those are strictly prohibited. You should not do this. You have to use your thought process. For that, if you are not confident about your grammar or the sentence writing, we can take help from Grammarly and Hemingway also. Citation and bibliography tools like EndNote. These days, generally the citation part we do with EndNote. Whoever you use, you know. If you give the citations properly in EndNote, they will give the proper formatted references which you can use in your paper. Mendeley streamline reference management, automate citation formatting and ensure accuracy, enhancing efficiency and consistency in research paper writing and publication. Then again, the plagiarism detection tools help ensure originality by, just a minute. Originality by comparing text against extensive database, identifying copied content. As I was saying, the what portion you have copied from some places, the copied content, and promoting ethical research practice in writing and publication.
इम्पोर्टेंस खत्म हो गई सही बात है ये अपना करवाना बच्चे भी आनंद कर लेते हैं बस
प्लीज माइक म्यूट करें अपना ये क्या है कन्हैया लाल जी हाँ
Okay, so now it is last but not the least, the ethics we have to maintain for publication. There are many kind of ethical things, but for research and publication we have to maintain some ethics. Like we cannot, ethical consideration in research are mainly to avoid the plagiarism, no data fabrication or falsification. Like in publication ethics subject, we generally read FFP, that is falsification, fabrication and plagiarism. All these three are strictly prohibited. You cannot fabricate this, getting this data. Those are from the experimental procedure. To avoid the duplicate submission, means you cannot just submit one paper and the very few new findings, another research paper if you are writing. So both the paper cannot be published in very good journals. To resolve the authorship conflicts, because sometimes I have also seen that after the paper accepted, few authors, one author may be saying that my position of authorship is not given properly, or I want to withdraw my name from the paper. So before submitting the manuscript, we have to resolve those authorship conflicts and declare the conflict of interest. So those are the things we do. So ethical consideration, whatever we do is avoiding research misconduct, data management and sharing, and the proper attribution and authorship. So these are the main part for writing good research papers, because as I told, although many a times it happens that we have good results which are capable of getting published in some high indexed paper, sometimes because of our unclear writing or plagiarized text, not properly following the formatting, so those are not getting published in good journals. So those skills we have to practice, we have to learn. Still now we have to learn every day. So research writing is a skill to be honed. Ethics and clarity both are crucial. Journal selection also matters. If your paper is very good, you have to choose high impact factor journals, and continuous learning is the key. You know, till now, every day from research papers as we are reading, we are learning also. So what are the you have to be updated to paper, write a good paper also. You should be full of knowledge that these are done, these are new things. Because if you are writing wrong, in a wrong way, that you don't know what has happened in the research, those also will pull back the credit of your paper, that it is not properly without the knowledge whatever had already done in the world. So that reading is also very important before writing your manuscript. So those are the main discussion from my side. Now if you have something particular you want to discuss, please tell me. Yes, ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this talk, because I think a lot of our issues and जो grievances रहते हैं publication में, वो काफी सारे resolve हुए. I just had one query as to sometimes, मैम आप जानते होंगे कि gestation period जो submission और publication के बीच में रहता है वो काफी लंबा रहता है बहुत सारे journals का. जैसे I know for a fact कि 18 महीने EPW में, Springer में रहते हैं. तो मैम जैसे मान लीजिए अगर मैंने कोई एक पेपर जो है वो किसी एक अच्छे रिनाउंड पब्लिकेशन में सबमिट किया है, तो लेकिन क्योंकि उसमें रिप्लाई आना समय लग जाता है, एंड इफ आई वांट टू आई फील कि ये चीज जल्द से जल्द पब्लिश होना चाहिए, सो कैन आई सबमिट द सेम पेपर और विद अ लिटिल थोड़ी बहुत उसमें चेंजेस करके, क्या किसी दूसरे जर्नल को सबमिट करना वुड इट काउंट एज प्लेजरिज्म?
No, actually that is not possible. If you are doing so, you have to declare that you have submitted the same paper somewhere else. So to get, because we sometimes the field are so much competitive, ये होता है कि जिस फील्ड में मैं कर रही हूँ कहीं और भी उसमें आगे ना पब्लिश कर दे, पहले ना कोई और पब्लिश कर दे. सो ये एक कंसर्न रहता है. तो इसीलिए बहुत सारे साइंटिस्ट आजकल क्या करते हैं, आर्काइव में अपना पेपर पब्लिश कर देते हैं. आर्काइव में इफ यू आर अपलोडिंग योर मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट इन सम आर्काइव, इट विल गेट पब्लिश्ड सूनर. बहुत जल्दी वो आ जाता है वेबसाइट में. सो नो वन कैन कॉपी फ्रॉम योर पेपर नाउ.
Okay. And so once it is published there, I can then later on take it up with some other publication.
हाँ. और अगर आप करना चाह रहे हो कि उसमें टाइम लग रहा है, तो मैं थोड़ा सा, then you have to declare that I have already submitted this in there, but with some new findings I want to submit it here also. ऐसे करना.
Okay.
अगर पब्लिशर को लगेगा कि ये सही है तो वो
जी. Okay मैम, थैंक यू.
मैडम आप अपने जो स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है उसको अब स्टॉप कर लें, जिससे कि जो सवाल पूछ रहे हैं उनके भी, वो भी अपना वीडियो ऑन कर लेंगे तो वो बात है.
जी मैम.
यस, सोनम गोयल.
हाँ, सोनम मैम से बात हुई.
अच्छा ठीक है. अब एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज? आप में से किसी और की क्वेरी है कोई? यस, एनीवन एल्स? Seems ओके।
मैम अभी सभी लोग पेपर पब्लिश करते हैं अच्छे अच्छे जगह पर, तो ये डेवलपमेंट तो ऑलरेडी इन द प्रोसेस, ये हो रहा है, सबको बहुत सारी चीजें पता है और अच्छा अच्छा पेपर हो रहा है आजकल।
ठीक है, ठीक है। और आप देख लीजिए, किसी और को पूछना है? एनीवन एल्स? यस, आप में से किसी और को? ठीक है मैडम, लगता है कि अब सब लोग अभी कुछ और अध्ययन करेंगे, पूछना होगा तो आप तो अवेलेबल होंगी सबको।
जी 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 मैम।
धन्यवाद मैडम, डॉक्टर शर्मिला पांडे।
थैंक यू मैम।
आपने रिसर्च पेपर राइटिंग के विभिन्न महत्वपूर्ण पहलुओं पर बहुत गहराई से चर्चा की, और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि ओरिजिनलिटी ऑफ रिसर्च पेपर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर पब्लिकेशन।
Yes.
तो ये एक हम रूल लेते हुए यदि रिसर्च पेपर लिखा जाएगा, ओरिजिनलिटी रहेगी तो डेफिनेटली, और जर्नल भी ऐसा रहेगा अच्छा, तो वो इमीडिएटली उसको टेकअप करके पब्लिश करेगा।
यस मैम।
और एकेडमिक राइटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स पर भी आपने प्रकाश डाला और हम सभी लाभान्वित हुए। और ये जो चर्चा थी आज की, यूट्यूब पर लाइव टेलीकास्ट हुई है और इसके लिंक ग्रुप पे दिया जा चुका है और रिकॉर्डेड भी है, तो जो लोग फिर छूट गया हो या कहीं बीच में सबकी क्लासेस भी हैं, कोई मिस हुआ हो, तो आप पुनः उसको देखें। और कोई और भी चर्चा हो अगर आपको करनी हो मैडम से, तो मैडम हम आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि कल पुनः आप हमारे बीच में 3 बजे 5 से 10 मिनट के लिए आए और आप ज्वाइन कर लें लगभग 3 बजने में 5 मिनट पर, क्योंकि ठीक 3 बजे हम स्टार्ट करेंगे।
जी जी जरूर मैम।
किसी का प्रश्न हो तो उस समय, कोई जिज्ञासा हो तो वो आपसे समाधान करेंगे।
जी मैम।
और जैसा मैंने अभी एफडीपी का जो हमारा व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है, जिसमें कि जिन लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया है और वो लोग उसमें ग्रुप में, तो उन लोगों को मैं बोलूँगी कि जैसे हमने कुछ फोटोज़ डाली हैं, हम अपने कॉलेज में यहाँ पे जो कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम है वहाँ यूट्यूब वाला लिंक हमने चलाया है, और स्टूडेंट्स भी, क्योंकि एनईपी में अंडर ग्रेजुएट फर्स्ट ईयर से ही रिसर्च जोड़ दिया गया है।
Yes,
और
ma'am.
कल जो हमारे वक्ता थे उन्होंने जोर डाला था कि स्टूडेंट से भी चर्चा करें, और कई बार स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो एक हमारा जनरेशन गैप है, उनकी सोचने की जो
Yes.
तरीका है, कुछ नए विचार लेकर आएंगे। तो यदि हम उनसे बात करके उनका टॉपिक डिसाइड करें, छोटे छोटे टॉपिक रहेंगे, तो वो ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा। इसलिए हम स्टूडेंट्स को भी इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं इस रूट में, उनकी अटेंडेंस ले रहे हैं, कितने बच्चे वहाँ देख रहे हैं, बच्चों को भी इंटरेस्ट है, तो वो हमारे कॉलेज में बैठे हैं। तो हम आप अपने सभी साथियों से अनुरोध करेंगे, और शायद वो ऐसे प्रयास कर भी रहे हों, लगभग स्मार्ट बोर्ड सभी के पास है, तो यूट्यूब पे यदि वो इसको रन कर देंगे, और न भी लाइव का रिकॉर्डेड है वो भी दिखा सकते हैं, आप अपनी क्लासेस में बच्चों को दिखा सकते हैं। और जो काम भी दें उसके साथ ही मिलाकर एक रिसर्च पेपर भी उन बच्चों के साथ भी बनाया गया, तो वो भी एक अच्छी पढ़ाई होगी। तो हम बच्चों से जितना ज़्यादा संवाद करेंगे विभिन्न तरीकों से, तो उतना ही उनमें शोध की प्रवृत्ति को जगाना बहुत आवश्यक है। और अंडर ग्रेजुएट फर्स्ट ईयर से ही अगर ये जागृत हो गई तो निश्चित तौर पर एक अच्छे स्वरूप थर्ड ईयर तक आते आते, और अगर वो स्नातकोत्तर या पीजी की डिग्री भी करती है तो बहुत सुंदर रूप में आ जाएगा, क्योंकि जो पीजी की कोर्सेज हैं उनमें तो रिसर्च पूरी तरह से समाहित ऑल ऑफ ए सडन इनिशिएट ना करने से पहले से ही हो जाएगा। आशा करती हूँ कि मेरे साथी मेरी बात से सहमत होंगे।
जी मैम जी।
ठीक है, तो बस इसके साथ ही अब हम ये सत्र समाप्त करते हैं। मैडम आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्ते।
जी जी नमस्ते मैम।
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू।